What's going on, guys? So, before I get into if this is going to be the next big cult stock or not, be sure to subscribe below. Smash the old like button. Also, in the description of this video, I have a link to our free Discord. Also, a link to my main channel that I trade live every single day. So, be sure to go over there and subscribe as well. All right. So, basically, I've been watching Path. For years, actually, which is crazy to even think. Here's the daily on Path. Obviously, it came out, IPO'd, dumped, and basically just kind of hung around for a while. I've been probably following it probably since 2022, maybe. I've made some money on it in the past. I've definitely played it. I didn't play this big run up. I actually, when this ran up, I thought I missed it and that it was done. Uh, then I guess they had earnings and completely crapped the bed. And then here we are now. If you look, they have the deal, some type of partnership with OpenAI, which is massive. Technically speaking, this would be a buy for me. If I was trading this, if I was day trading this and say this is the 1 minute, I mean, you have an inversion of a fair value gap right here. And I'd say, hey, as long as we hold 1124, I'm probably bullish on this, technically speaking. I do think that this could become the next quote unquote cult stock. I do not know everything they're in. Obviously, they're in robotics, AI. I believe they're in physical AI stuff. When I was looking into them last, I don't know what they started doing within the last. Once we had this big run up in 2024, I was kind of like, I missed it, and I kind of took my eyes off of it. And I did see that we dumped back, and I was like, I wonder what's going on. I'm gonna show you another thing that I liked about it too. I'm gonna bring up the revenue trends and things like that, the growth of Path. So I do think I'm noticing a lot more people talking about it on Twitter, which is usually the beginning of the quote unquote cult stock. So you can kind of see the revenue numbers quarterly. There wasn't a lot of growth on some of these quarters. I mean, you could see it just started dwindling, 15, 10%, 8. People don't want to see that. That's not what's interesting investors. And that, I believe that's why you had a sell-off. It's kind of like the revenue growth is kind of slumping. And then you just started picking back up, which is interesting. I'm going to have to deep dive into this one. But what I'm noticing is social chatter is way up on Path. A lot more people talking about it. The revenue growth number is there for me, where we're starting to pick back up. And then you had the Path. Let me see if I can just bring it up real fast. So they announced a new partnership with several tech companies, including OpenAI. Basically, it's going to integrate OpenAI's advanced AI models, such as GPT-5, into UiPath's automation platform to enhance enterprise workflows. I mean, just being associated with OpenAI is going to help them and draw new partnerships in, because if OpenAI is doing a partnership with them, if you're another company, you got to be sitting there saying, why am I not doing a partnership with them as well? It's going to be real interesting. It's going to be one of those that, so I took a position in it, and as you can see in the past, it can easily run. I mean, it doesn't take much, to run. This is 1 week. In 1 week, it went from $18 to $25. I mean, it seems like it could move. I wouldn't be surprised if they do push it up, back up, and then they do some type of offering. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Um, but you can just see how it's kind of based around this, 10 to 12, $14 range for years. Um, you know, to me personally, this isn't financial advice, but it seems like it kind of based. It feels like what they're doing now is might be what causes the next move back up. Uh, I think the risk reward is there for me. I'm currently in. I'll tell you what I'm currently in actually, because this is transparent here. Let's see what we got. I'm opening up my Tasty Trade account. Um, I do not have a large position, but I will be selling puts and collecting premium. The premium's pretty good on it. That's one thing I will say. Premium's pretty good on it. Right now, I own 1,000 shares, and I sold next week 1250s puts. I sold 5 of them. I'm already up in that position a little bit. And like I said, I own 1,000 shares. My 1,000 shares are at an average of $13.33. So I'm not down a lot. What I would like to do is keep selling puts because the premium is solid. Hold on to these 1,000 shares. Maybe add another 1,000 shares or so at some point before we launch up. So I'll have 2,000 shares, but I always want to be selling 5 to 10 contracts a week because if I'm looking at it, you're basically collecting 2% a week on your money. And I like that. I like collecting premium. That's kind of my thing. So if I can collect almost 2% a week while holding 2,000 shares for the actual move up, kind of feels like a win-win to me. I like what they're doing, and we'll see what happens. But social chatter's up, and that's usually what starts is the social chatter, a big news release, and then it doesn't take long. It popped up to $15 on the news release. Kind of has to get over this area, and you could probably target back up into the 20s. So we'll see what happens. I am definitely going to be watching.